that we're here, isn't it? That song we were just listening to says a lot about the spirit of this place and what we are doing here. You know, it was 16 days ago, in the middle of the night, when I was walking around evacuated parts of the city. It was eerily quiet, and I was seeing the Bow and the Elbow River, those rivers that are part of the bloodstream of every one of us in this city, running higher and faster and angrier than I'd ever seen them before. But you know what? I saw a lot of other things that night too. I saw police officers in the 20th hour of their shift treating citizens with such professionalism, compassion, and love that I knew we were going to be okay. Since then, I have seen public servants of every stripe looking after our safety, looking after every single one of us. I'll tell you a story. Do you know who had the most dangerous job on the night of the flood? No. I'll tell you who had the most dangerous job. It was the night crew at the wastewater treatment plant. Imagine that they were in their plant and they were seeing the water come in 500 or 1,000 times faster and higher than they'd ever seen before. And it was carrying with it enormous amounts of debris. Trees, not branches, trees, chunks of asphalt that was battering their plant. And those guys put on their waders and went into that water flowing that fast, pitch black, full of debris, with pitchforks to try and clear the debris to save their plant and safeguard our drinking water supply. And you know what? We could have lost any one of them at any second, but they didn't. We never had a boil water advisory. These are the heroes of the flood. These are the people who did that work for us. And I always knew that I had amazing colleagues at the city of Calgary. There's 20,000 of us, but man, have they ever proven it this time. Whether they were first responders or water guys or roads guys who built a new McLeod trail in one day. And yes, I asked them why all our road construction projects aren't that fast. They said public consultation, your worship. To the transit folks who kept the system running, to the bylaw people, to the inspectors, everyone's done an incredible job. But you know what? The one thing that I'll remember forever, the image that is seared into my mind, is not an image of the rivers running high. It's not an image of the stampede under 15 feet of water. It's not an image of neighborhoods underwater or parks wiped out. The image that I will never ever forget is the image of the Calgarian covered in mud and mosquito bites and cuts and scrapes, who's working hard to clean out the basement of someone she doesn't even know. I met hundreds of people like that over the last 2 weeks. And I would ask them, I'd be in a neighborhood and there would be hundreds of people on one block. They were like ants climbing up on giant piles of garbage and, putting them into the garbage trucks or the dumpsters and cleaning out people's basements. And I'd always say, who lives here? Whose house is this? And I could never find the homeowner because they were always inside directing the work. And I'd say, do you guys know whose house this is? And invariably people will say no. I'm from Temple or Falconridge or Whitehorn or St. Alta or Springbank. My basement's dry. But I knew these people needed my help. I've never even been to this neighborhood before. But I just showed up and started looking for where they needed my help. And to me, that is the amazing part of this whole story. The day before yesterday, there were 4,500 Calgarians volunteering in High River. It's a town of 12,000. And there were 4,500 people there helping. And that, to me, is incredible. One volunteer for every house in that town. And that's really what this is all about. So I'm happy to celebrate the Stampede with you all this year as we do every year, but I think this Stampede is particularly special. There's a lot of people wearing t-shirts that say Hell or High Water, which is the unofficial slogan of the Stampede this year. Do you know what the official slogan is? I think it's even better, because it talks a lot about who we are and what we've been through. The official slogan of the Stampede is, we're greatest together. And that says a lot to me. So I do have a special job during Stampede. For 10 days, I get to be the city's Yahooer-in-Chief. You'll notice I didn't say Yahoo-in-Chief. That's Alderman Jones. Yahoo-er-in-chief. I get to lead a lot of people in that great mating call of the Calgarian, the good old-fashioned Calgary Yahoo. And by the way, it's not yeehaw, it's Yahoo. I'm very particular on this point. So I wanted to lead you all, as I do hundreds of times during Stampede, I'm going to lead you all in a big old-fashioned Calgary Yahoo. But before we do it, I want you to think about what we're Yahooing for. And I want you to Yahoo for all those public servants, all those people that we are blessed have chosen a career to keep us safe, healthy, and happy. I want you to Yahoo for that mudcake citizen and the thousands and thousands like her, whether they were cleaning out basements or helping in the background. I want you to Yahoo for our neighbors in High River and on the Siksika Nation who need a lot more than our thoughts and prayers right now. They need our time, they need our hands, they need our money. I want you to Yahoo for our family and neighbors in Quebec, in Lac Mégantic, as they're recovering from their horrible tragedy. We could even Yahoo for the people of Toronto who had a little flood yesterday and are all okay, if you like. Okay, 35,000 people were out of power. It's actually a very big deal. We shouldn't make fun of it. But mostly, I want you to Yahoo for yourselves. I want you to Yahoo for Calgary and who we are and what we have proven we are over the last 16 days as we Yahoo to celebrate the Stampede and the amazing volunteers and amazing staff who said this is important for the economy, but even more important for our spirit. Let's Yahoo for all of those folks. You ready? Yeah. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Thank you all. Onward.